Okay, today we'll speak about Baruch CHEM KEVOD LEOLAM VAED. The Shulchan Aruch says in Siman Samach Aleph Sif Yud Gimel, after we say Kriya Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, we continue, we say Baruch CHEM KEVOD LEOLAM VAED. We say it bechashai, hidden. That's why we say it quiet. What's the makor to say it hidden? What's the makor to say it? So we have a Gemara in Pesachim, the Gemara Daf Nun Vov, Amud Aleph. The Gemara brings there that there were people that weren't saying Baruch CHEM KEVOD LEOLAM VAED after Kriya Shema, and the Rabbanan said that we do say. The Gemara says like this: V'anon my time aminam. Why do we say it? K'dorish Rab Shimon ben Lakish, Da'amar Rab Shimon ben Lakish, Vayikra Yaakov el Bonov, Vayomer Ospo v'Yagidu Lachem. When Yaakov Avinu called all his kids and he wanted to tell them the Ketz Hayomim, Bikish Legaduslam Ketz Hayomim, he wanted to tell them when's going to be the end of a Golus. So suddenly, and he knew it, but then what happened? Nistalko menu Shechina. He saw that the Shechina went away from him, and he's not able to tell them the Ketz Hayomim, when the Golus is going to end. Omar, Chas v'sholom yesh b'mitosi psul, ki Avram sheyotza mimenu Yishmael, ve'avi Yitzchak sheyotza mimenu Esav. Maybe in my kids, my zera, there's a psul, same like my grandfather Avram, that he had Yishmael, it's psul b'zaroi. Yitzchak had Esav. So maybe also in my kids, one of the 12 shvatim have zani psul, and therefore I'm not able to have the Shechina with me. Amulei Bonov. So his kid shouted out and said, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. They're referring to Yisrael, they're referring to Yaakov, that his name is Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, listen Yisrael. Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Explains the Gemara. Keshem she'ein belibcha Elo Echad. Just like you in your heart, you have only one God. Also, for us, we only have Echad. We only have one God, that's the Kadosh Baruch Hu. And we all believe we have Emunah Kadosh Baruch Hu. Not like Yishmael, not like Esav, that came out of Avram and Yitzchak. We all work at Kadosh Baruch Hu and believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. But he says, Shah, when Yaakov heard that, so he understood that the reason that the Shechina went away from him for a different reason, and he said, Posach v'omar, Baruch CHEM KEVOD LEOLAM VAED. Baruch CHEM KEVOD LEOLAM VAED. So Yaakov Avinu said it after Bnei Yisrael said, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Amrei Rabbanon, ve'ichin avid. Okay, so because Yaakov said it after the Posach was Shema Yisrael Hashem Echad, so that would be a reason for us to say, that's what Gemara says, but what's the problem? Moshe Rabbeinu didn't say it, because in the Torah it doesn't say. We look in Parashas V'eschanu, we say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad v'ahavta Hashem Elokecha. It doesn't say Baruch CHEM KEVOD. So what should we do? Amrei Rabbanan eichin avid. What should we do? Namrinu, should we say it? Lo yamru Moshe Rabbeinu. Lo namrinu. We won't say it. Amo Yaakov. Yaakov said it. So that's the reason. Seems from the Gemara. That's the reason for us to say it. Hitkinu sheyu oimrim oise b'chashai. So Chazal didn't know what to do, so they did it. So we say it, or we say it quietly. We say it hidden. Chashai. Gemara brings the Moshe Omer Rabbi Yitzchok Amrei Devei Ravami Moshe Lebas Melech Shericho Tzike Gdeiro Im Toimar Yesh Lo Gnai Lo Toimar Yesh Lo Tzar Yitchilu Avodeo Yavilu Lo B'chashai. Rabbi Yitzchok refers to a mashal of a daughter of a king, that she smelled some food that wasn't proper food, but she really wanted it. So what should she do? If she would say that she wants the food, it's embarrassment for her. She's a daughter of a king, and if she won't say, so it would be also, so if she wants it, so what did they do? So her servants, her avadim, started giving it to her bechashai, hidden. They gave it to her. So saying also here, Baruch CHEM KEVOD LEOLAM VAED, we want to say it. That's what it seems like. We want to say like Yaakov Avinu said it, but we can't say it because Moshe Rabbeinu didn't say it. So what do we do? We say it b'chashai. So that's the makor of the Shulchan Aruch Siman Samach Aleph Sif Yud Gimel, to say Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Olam Voed, but to say it b'chashai, to say it quiet, hidden. So what we have to understand is really why really Moshe didn't say it. If there's a reason to say it, why Moshe didn't say it. So now we have also another halacha in Hilchos Yom Kippurim. Siman Taf Reish Yutet. Shulchan Aruch says that in the night of Yom Kippur and on the day also, we say in Kriyas Shema B'Shem Kavod Malchus Olam Voed, we say it B'Koil Rom. We say it loud and clear. And we don't say like the rest of the year that we say b'chashai, we say it quiet. What's the reason? So the Torah brings a medrash, that the medrash says, and what's the medrash? In Parshas V'Eschana, when Moshe went up to Shemayim, he saw the Malochei Asharei saying this pasuk, praising HaKadosh Baruch Hu and saying, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchus Olam Voed. And he took it down. He took it down, that phrase that the Malachim said, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he took it down and he brought it to Lemohadov Adoimer. It's compared Le'odom Shegonav Homin, somebody that stole a special utensil from the king, and he gave it to his wife. And he said to her, okay, I'm giving you this special thing, it was from the king, but don't go out outside of it. Just when you're hidden, you could wear it. Because if somebody's going to see you, he's going to know that it belongs to the king. So that's why, we say that means that in Yom Kippur, even though the reason we can't say it is because it's the praise of Malachim, because he took it from the Malachim. But in Yom Kippur, that we compare it to Malachim, so we have the koyach, we could say that praise. So this medrash seems like it's a steer to the Gemara in Psachim, because in the Gemara in Psachim, the Gemara said that Yaakov said it, and Moshe did not say it. And here it says that really Moshe brought it down from the Malachim. So Moshe also said it. Just Moshe said it, b'chashai, he said it hidden. So the Gemara says that in Echanami, the Gemara, when the Gemara says Moshe did not say it, the Gemara meant, when Yaakov said it, Moshe did not say it, the Gemara meant that Yaakov said it aloud and Moshe didn't say it aloud because Moshe didn't write in the Torah. Okay? So, okay, we have to understand that still, but that's what it says. But we learn from here, from the halacha in Yom Kippur, that this praise of Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Olam Voed, there's a reason that Moshe didn't say it. There's a reason that Moshe said it at least quiet, b'chashai, hidden. What's the reason? Because it's a praise of Malachim. It's shaykh to the Malachim. What's pshat? So the Derech Hashem, the Ramchal and Derech Hashem, Chelek Dalet, Perek Dalet, explains like this. And he says like this: Shekevan shebatachtoinim, ein Hashem shoyer aleim koroi, ve'ein kvoidem misgadel adayin, ein anu reuim לשבח זה. מה שאין כן המלוכים מצד התיקון שלהם שייכים לשבח זה, לכן ביום הכיפורים שמסלים לדרגס מלוכים שייך לא ימר שבח זה. Says the Ramchal, because this praise is a big praise, and somebody that he's not holding over there, he's not holding that darga, it's not shaykh for him to say the praise. In order to say to praise a king, you have to be roi lekach, and that's why, because the batachtoinim in our world, ein Hashem shoyre aleim karoi, and that's the pasuk Baruch Shem Kevod Malchus Olam Voed. So the shame of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not shoyre, it's not nigle, it's not it's not shown enough. Ein kvodim misgadol adain, and the kavod of the Baruch Hu is not misgadol adain. It's still hidden. So ein anachu roin l'shvach. We're not roi to say the shvach, and therefore we say it. He doesn't say therefore we say it quiet, but that's what he says. Therefore, by Yom Kippur, that we become darg of malachim because we disconnect from the chatoim. So we could say the shvach because misgadol shmoi really in Yom Kippur. Okay, so at least we understand now why Moshe did not say it. At least why did he say it hidden, like we saw in the Midrash by Yom Kippur, that he said it hidden. The reason is because it's a shvach really that belongs to malachim. It's not a shvach that belongs to us. Because in our darga, it's not roi to praise HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Okay, but we still have to understand if it's not our darga, and we're not shaykh to that pasuk of Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Le'olam Va'ed, so why are we saying b'chashai? Why are we saying it quiet? Manavshach. If we could say it, let's say it aloud. If we can't say it, don't say it at all. Another question, we know, it says in the Shulchan Aruch, in Siman Reish Vav, a guy that says Shem Shemayim Lebatala, he says Hashem's name for no reason. So, what does he say after? He should say after Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Le'olam Va'ed. As the Pasha says, as a bakasha, and asking that even though he took the name of Hashem and used it for no reason, it should be the Shem of Hashem. It should be mevoyach. It should be blessed. So, and over there it doesn't say any halacha of saying it quiet. It doesn't say to say bilachash. And also in Davin we have some times that we say Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Le'olam Va'ed. It doesn't say to say it quiet. So the shaila is, if this shvach we have to say quiet, why when a guy says Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus, when a guy says Shem Shemayim Lebatala, he doesn't have to say the Baruch Shem quietly. So that's two things we have to understand. What is this? After that we learned that the shvach of Baruch Shem, it's miyuchad for malachim, it's special for malachim. So why are we saying it quiet? And also why by other places that we might Shem Shemayim Lebatala, we say it, could say it out loud. Okay, so now we'll try to explain, but we have to first bring a little akdama. Baruch, what does it mean Baruch? Every bracha we say Baruch. So there's a machlokes. We find the machlokes in the Mefarshim. The chinuch starts off, I think it's Parshas Eikev, he starts off, what is Baruch? Baruch means Mekoira brachas. It means we praise HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that he's the one that from him all the praises come. It's all from him. So that's the chinuch, and we know there's also other Rishonim, and also in the Nefesh Chaim he explains it. He speaks it out clearly a lot, barichus, and he says like this. He says that bracha, the lashon of bracha is it's the lashon of lehavrich. That means that if you have a plant and you want to make it, you create from that plant another plant. You take the branch and you stick it into the ground, and you mavrich. It means you bend it down, and by bending it down, it goes into the ground, and it has another tree come out from it. So it's a lashon havracha. It's a lashon of hamshacha, pulling shefa. Baruch is like pulling the shefa from the Elyonim into this world, to the Tachtonim. That's how the Nefesh Chaim explains the lashon of Baruch. So if we have two lashonos of Baruch, one means Makor Barachas, that means the praise of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and one is as like a bakasha or creating shefa into this world. How would we explain the lashon Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Le'olam Va'ed? So the lashon of the Rambam, when he brings the whole story of Yaakov, he says the lashon of shvach. Yaakov amar shvach, Tzad Sheni, we find another Sfarim. One of the Sfarim is Oilas Tamid on Tefillah. He says that the Lashon of Baruch is She Yizgale Shem Kvoidoi Ba'olamos. It says a bakasha that Hashem's name, it should be Mizgale in all the worlds. So, really, if we would think really by Kriya Shema, what are we coming to say? By Kriya Shema, we're coming to praise HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We're coming to say Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. We're saying who's HaKadosh Baruch Hu? He's Echad. I would think that's not the right place to start asking bakashos and the Mizgal Shmoi. So maybe we could say like this. That really we find in Rabbeinu B'chaye, in Parshas Eikev, he brings us the two Lashonos of Baruch, and he says that be'emes hakol echad. In the end of the day, both of the pshatim are one pshat. Zeh al derech pshat, v'zeh al derech Kabbalah. And we can explain like this: the chinuch, when he brings the pshat that Baruch is Makor Barachos, he continues and he says, L'maise, by us saying Baruch Makor Barachos, by us knowing that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He's the one that gives everything, that itself is the petach, that itself is the opening for us to get the shefa. Because by us knowing that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He gives, that's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from us, and by knowing that, He gives us. So, in the end of the day, we could explain that's what Rabbeinu Chai is saying, that both of the pshatim are echad, because by saying Baruch and knowing that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He's the one, the Makor Barachos, from Him comes everything. So that itself brings the Amshacha, that itself brings the Avracha, brings the, and it's becoming that bakasha that you want to ask to have that bracha and shef on this world. You get it. So we could say, maybe we could say also here by the bracha of by the Baruch Shem Kavod Machas Olam Voed, we'll explain like this. Really, like what we said. When we come in to say Kriya Shema, we come in to say Shvach. We come in to praise HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. And not only that, He's the one that's, from Him comes all the kavod in all the worlds, because He's Makor everything. He's the Makor of all the kavod and all the bracha. It's everything from Him. That's the praise of Baruch Shem. But we have a problem. What's the problem? The problem is that, like the Ramchal said, that praise, it's shayach for the malachim, that they're in a darga, that know and they see that the whole covered in the world is only HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They could shout out and say Baruch Shem Kavod Machas Olam Voed. They could say B'kol Olam. They could say it, that praise. But us, that we in the Tachtoinim, we see Choshech, we see Golus. That's where we're holding. We're not holding the darga to see HaKadosh Baruch Hu like the malachim. So we can't say that praise. So what do? We can't say that praise. Very nice. So what do? We do it like this. We go out of our way and we ask for that bakasha. We go as a bakasha. And we say Baruch Shem Kavod Machas Olam Voed. In Chanami, in Kriya Shema, it's not the right place to ask bakashas that Kvoida Yizgale. But because we cannot say the shvach, so we go out and we say that shvach. We want to say that shvach, but we cannot say that shvach because we're not holding there. So we go as a way of a kasha, and we say it in the words of Baruch as we want it to happen. She yizgale. So in the end of the day, it's a shvach. But because we're not holding there, we can't speak it out as a shvach. We have to say it out as a bakasha. And if that's true, we could understand what does it mean to say b'chashai. It means when we say it quiet, the meaning of say quiet is that we're not saying the shvach direct. We're not coming direct and saying the shvach. We say it in a back way. But coming as a bakasha, through the bakasha, like the Rabbeinu B'chai said, in the end of the day, the bakasha and the two pshatim of Baruch, even if it's a bakasha of Amshacha, even if it's of Makar Brachas, praising HaKadosh Baruch Hu, both the pshatim is echad. So also over here, but we come in our main goal, and we saying it out in a way of a bakasha. Therefore, we say it belachash. To come to say that we're not saying that praise of the malachim. So we understand now why are we saying belachash? Why are we saying it quiet? Because we can't say that praise like the Ramchal said. But what's the purpose? So we asked, if we cannot say that praise, so what's the purpose of saying belachash? What's the purpose of saying bechashai, hidden? We cannot say it. So why is hidden different? So we explained that when we say hidden, the meaning of hidden is that we're not coming to speak straight about the praise of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We come in to say the bakasha of she's gala kvoidoi, and through that we have the praise. That's what it means b'chashai. Now, if we asked before, the second question that we asked was, how come when a guy says Baruch Shem, says a bracha, says Moiti Shem Shemayim Levatala, how could he say over there Baruch Shem Kavod Machsalim loud? Because over there he's not coming for the praise. Over there, when he said Shem Shemayim Levatala, he used Hashem's name for no reason, so he has to ask that the name of Hashem, he wants to do tshuva. So what is he doing? He's coming to ask in bakasha that the name of Hashem, even though now it was for no reason, he wants it that the name of Hashem would be mizgal and kol oilamos, and there won't be shum pgam. That's where we could explain maybe the pshat over here and the makor of Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Olam Vaed. And you could add another thing, that when Yaakov Avinu said, the Gemara brings the makor in Psachin, though we spoke out, Yaakov Avinu, he's the one that said Baruch Shem. Yaakov is hidden, because Yaakov is in the time when Klal Yisrael and Golus. Yisrael, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. When Yisrael is in the time of Geula, so then you shout out Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. But Yaakov, when Yaakov said it, so Yaakov said it as Baruch Shem, even in the Golus, he said, he was able to say it. So that's the Gemara has the problem. Yaakov, in the Golus he said it, even in the Choshech he said it. So we should say it. Even though it's a praise of Malachim, but Yaakov said it, so we should say it. But Moshe didn't say it. So Moshe taught us that even though Yaakov, even when he's in the Golus, he could say that praise, because he sees HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but Moshe Rabbeinu taught us that we're not in that darga of Yaakov, so therefore we cannot say it. That's, maybe we could explain it.